You could do this one thing today to become a wealthy beaver. There's more than one thing you could do to start building generational wealth, but this one thing tends to be the best way in my opinion. A big part of that though is you gotta buy, basically you work so hard for your money. Why would you want to waste it? Why wouldn't you want it to be there? You work so hard for it. If you put all this time into getting money, why would you just... Let me put it this way. You might spend a day at work to get like a full 8-hour day to get a $200 towards your paycheck. But would you work 8 hours a day to buy a $200 jacket? Probably not. Probably wouldn't be working for a full day just to buy a jacket. At least I wouldn't. I don't know about the rest of you, but I personally would not. That'd be way too much time just to work towards one jacket. Sorry, not gonna happen. What I would rather do, and what wealthy people seem to do all the time, is, I'm not saying, oh, you're wealthy now, but it's gonna be gone like Evander Kane. Just saying, he's a professional athlete, he's broke. And he's still a professional athlete working today. And he will never have money. Let that sink in for a second. There's professional athletes today who make so much money, but it's all gone as they're still a professional. And they're in debt, so much debt, they're not gonna get out of it. And they're a professional athlete in the NHL. Well, that would be Evander Kane, just an example. But instead of wasting your money, just letting it fly away in the breeze basically, spending it on random stuff that you don't need to spend it on, you could put it towards assets that get value. Instead of depreciating assets or consumables, which is even worse than the depreciating assets, because at least if you consumables, there's nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for your money. You go out to the bar, you spend, let's say you end up spending $100 on the bar one night. You're never gonna see anything for that. If you spend $10 on a meal or something like that as you go out with friends or whatever, you could still buy for that same night. You could also walk away with like a share of TD. To me, I'd rather do that personally. You get the fun with your friends, you get to hang out and everything. But you're not just wasting money, you're not wasting it on consumables. You're not, and even depreciating assets. Why would I spend all my money on a car? I like cars. Cars are fun. I love them. I can only put so much money into a depreciating asset. Well, I say that, but both my cars are worth way more right now than what I paid for them. Which is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. But that's not normal. Normally, there's new cars that get released which devalue the old ones, and we're in a weird situation where people got paid to not build cars, to not ship cars that have already been built. Instead, they got paid to do nothing by the governments all around the world. Therefore, there's just not the new cars. There's less cars, less supply, and unless demand gets absolutely crushed, price goes up. That's just the way it works. That's life. Stuff like the silver here, like I got it under scrapping value. So that's instant gain. Boom. Under scrapping value, instant gain. Boom. Under scrapping value, instant gain. Anything, if it instantly appreciates, why wouldn't I buy it? If it's instantly appreciating in value the second I buy it, it's like the reverse of buying a car off the lot. The second you drive off the lot, it loses like a tenth of its value. It just went up like 10 to 20% the second I buy it. I'd rather do that than spend money on a new car. I'd rather get a car that's 15 to 25 years old. That's when they start to bottom in price. I got an old Camaro, I spent $1,000 on it. It runs nice, I love it. I got an Infiniti, I spent $5,000 on it. It runs nice, I absolutely love it. But that's where I kind of buy where I think I bought my cars at the bottom. When even if it wasn't for COVID, it probably wouldn't bottom much, go any lower. It really wouldn't. But I'm into cars, I could see that, I have foresight in things I know. I'm sure there's things that you know that other people don't know, where you have an extra kind of expertise to them. That's where you're gonna make your money. Investing in things you know. If you know more than most people about anything, there's money to be made there. But that is the most, I got a couple nice ones. If you guys want to make real money long term, got a few more tips, a few more videos coming out on this. I just want to keep it a bit shorter, but just putting your money to things that retain value, like the gold, or silver, or even better, buying things that appreciate in value. That's not, you don't have 100% foresight and you can be wrong. That's why the gold and silver I find necessary. Because you could be, and you even gotta hedge your bets. Otherwise things could go really, really wrong investing and all that. Trying to say this is gonna appreciate in value, I'm just gonna put all my eggs in one basket. Yeah, I would personally avoid that. I like to spread out my eggs in many baskets. I like to hedge my bets because I'm not Einstein. And even Einstein, I never heard of his rates of returns being better than a Warren Buffett or anything. Doesn't matter how smart you are, you could easily be wrong on all this kind of stuff. And once you ignore that fact, that you could instantly be wrong, and you start to speculate too much, you have to ask yourself, what's the purpose of this investment? Is there a better thing for that purpose? Because I've heard a lot of people justify different kind of purchases throughout their lives. That's where the question comes in. Would something be better for that? And if you say, no, I just want this, that's fair, as long as you've budgeted for it. So I'm not saying don't buy any consumables. I'm not saying don't go out with your friends and stuff like that, have a meal with them or something like that. I'm just saying you don't need to be spending $100 to have fun. The best things in life are free. That's just the way it works. Those appreciating assets, man, they make you so much money long term. That is really my strategy on wealth creation and wealth building. Investing into, like, buying appreciating assets. That is my #1 way to build wealth long term. There's a few other things they got going, but wait till my next video. Join the Beaver Dam fam. Like, share, subscribe. Stay positive. See you next time. Thanks.